Bet. Looks like we are good to go.
We good?
Yep. I don't know if you want to wait a little bit for some people to get on, but I must stop sharing now.
Man, I ain't even gonna wait, boy. Listen. Welcome to another Key Players Zoom edition brought to you by the One Go World, man. We got some folks on here. We got Dave Cleve, my sidekick. We also got Mike Arnold. We're going to talk to KC. We got Marcus Young. We got Arvell. We got my man Dave. We got Mike Pry. And we got G Magic. How's everybody doing tonight, yo?
Hey, man.
Awesome, man.
Good, man.
Awesome.
Good, man.
Listen, once again, man, thank y'all for, being available to do this, man. Something that we kind of, wanted to start and, have all the keyboard players in the game. We get a chance to fellowship and talk, their stories, experiences and stuff like that. So this is just a platform for us to really, talk from a keyboard perspective, because people forget about us. They need us to keep moving. So anyway, man, I'm gonna go down the line, man. I'm gonna just ask y'all some questions, and we just gonna let it flow like that. All right. So I'm gonna start.
That works.
Hey, KC.
Yeah.
So who is KC? What band you play for?
KC Lamar play for Mature Clientele right now.
Okay. All right. And then we got Mr. Marcus Young, the famous Mr. Marcus Young.
Uh-oh.
No. I'm just Marcus.
Just Marcus.
I'm just Marcus.
Tell the people what band you play for, or did you play for? Or, I know you.
No. Chuck Brown band. Serious Company with Jim and Scooby, and that's it. I played for a couple bands. I played with Familiar Faces. I'm also in Push Play with Donnell Floyd, his R&B band.
Oh, okay.
And I played with Sugar Bear with EU right after Ivan Golf passed away. Rest in peace, Ivan Golf, keyboard player.
Right.
And I yeah, that's it. That's it right there. So I played with Vibe. Man, how about that
one? We're gonna go to the other on the other side. We got my man Dave Cleve. Introduce yourself, Dave Cleve. Play for, man.
Oh, sorry, I had my mic on mute. I'm Dave Cleve. Currently, I'm playing for Serious Company, formerly of the What Band. I've been playing for a number of years, but I played with various bands over the years, but those are the last two I've been with.
No doubt. Then we got to go into the chef, Chef Dave. We got to come in on that. Man, what's up, Dave?
Hey, don't worry about keep calling me a chef, man. I'm not.
Listen,
I just like to be in the kitchen.
You made some lasagna one time. I was like, man, that motivated me. I'm going to try. But
I love to cook, but I'm going.
So tell the people, man, who you play with, and what bands you affiliated.
Okay, well, hell, I've been doing this since '87, man. So I can't name every band that I've ever played with. It's just too many. But I can say, I started out with Raw Image. I played with Raw Image for a long time, and after that, it was just Primetime. Primetime was like a mixture of Raw Image and Elevation. We kind of just took some guys from Elevation and some guys from Raw Image and mixed it. Then after that, it was Project 71. I played Project 71 for about, what was it, Dave? Like almost a year or something? Like,
yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah,
almost a year. That was a heavy experience. I learned a whole lot playing Project 71. You would leave.
Hey, Oswell, Dave got you beat, yeah. You came over here talking about you was the old head. Dave got you beat. You said 87.
I haven't talked.
Yeah, but I've been out here for a long. I dedicated my whole life to go-go, man. It was like, But outside of that, it was just that, and then Primetime. You know what I'm saying? After Primetime, Project 71, back to prime time. And now I feel like I'm getting old, man, in the whole COVID situation. So I'm kind of just sitting still right now. Just doing like, people call me out for, studio projects and things like that. But the rest of the time, man, I'm just in the house in the kitchen, man. Y'all already know, man.
That's what's up, man. I'm going to go ahead and go to Arvell, man. What's up, Arvell?
What's up, homeboy?
Man.
So I got to say, I got to give my resume, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. So I got started. I think Junkyard dropped the word in sardines. What was that, like 85?
True.
Dang.
Yeah,
So,
man.
in DC, Northeast, it was either play sports or play the streets. And the big homies wouldn't have me in the streets, so I had to play music, right? So actually, rest in peace, JT. Y'all know JT used to play with JY.
Yeah, JY.
Oh, yeah.
JT he didn't teach me, but he inspired me, because around the way, when Junkyard was hot with the Cavalier commercials and all that, I guess everybody was trying to put together their bucket bands, right? So JT inspired me to want to play. I just had to be like 86 when I first started. So if the bucket bands, little neighborhood bucket bands count, 86 for me. So I got you, Dave.
Oh,
So if that
It
count,
counts.
85,
counts,
86
brother.
for me.
It counts.
So around,
It
I guess
counts.
around, so check this out. This how OP Tribe got started. I can father and my uncle were in a band years ago, back in the 70s, called Distance. And that's when me and I can met. We was little boys, like 4 and 5 years old. So when I got to junior high school, get the homeroom, 7th grade, we looking at each other like, I know you. Yeah, I do, are you? So we figure out we knew each other. I can't like, man, come over to my house after school. We get over there, studio. So this is like 87, 88. This was the birth of Optimistic Tribe. So unofficially 85 with the neighborhood bucket bands, officially like 87, 88, 7th grade, the birth of Optimistic Tribe, right? So from like 87 all the way to what, like 2000, 2001 when Listen evolved. And then from there now, Listen to OP Tribe just play when they feel like it. So unofficially, I've been in the game since 85. The audacity of you niggas not to call me to be on this damn podcast.
We're going to get into that too. We're going to tell the people how Arvell came to be on this. We're going to go to Mike Pride. See, Pleasant Mike Pride, what's up?
What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Man, it's funny how I started playing go-go. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I used to couldn't stand go-go. I was like, ugh. It's nothing but bad notes, mistakes. This is trash. When I was like 13, 14, I just heard radio go-go. And my father was like, dog, you're not going to find no 14-year-olds playing no Herbie Hancock weather report. So if you're going to play in a band, you're going to play in a go-go band. So that's right. So I'm on the Box Studio right around the way. My first band was Low Profile and Mental Attraction and Southside. But that's mine. I used to be at Mark's studio, and young, I heard Raw Dimensions with Ill, Scooter, and Earl. And that's what changed my world around.
Oh my God, you talking about with Fat Donnie and them on the Congo? Oh my God, that's back in the day.
When I heard them, it was Bill playing everything.
Okay.
Ill Bill, Scooter was playing drums.
Yeah, Ill Bill. Oh my God.
Yeah, and that's when all my little rap West Coast MC, that's when all that went away, and I just became a straight go-go head. Yeah.
Oh my God, he said Raw Dimensions. Jesus.
So what Mike, what band you play with now, Mike?
Oh man, I'm grateful. I'm highly grateful to be with you in the DC Vibe band. Man, I learned. I'm Slim every gig. I got the notepad.
Here he go.
Listening and stealing, man. Yeah, I'm grateful.
Hey man, y'all sound good too, man.
Insert commercial here.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Insert commercial. DC Vibe.
Let me go to G Magic, man. Let me where G Magic at? What's up, G Magic?
What's good? What's good with you? My name G Magic, man. I play in a handful of bands. My very first band was Cold Hearted. Started with 3 people. I started off on the drums. Then we
What?
found the drummer, and we didn't have no keyboard player. So I was like, damn, I do not want to play the keyboards. But we kept finding everybody else but a keyboard player. So I said, all right, forget it. I'm gonna try it. I got one of my friends to teach me one song, and I just started learning it song by song, and that's how I learned to play the keyboard. After a while, I guess my band realized that they didn't need no other keyboard players, so they tried to put all the weight on me. So we didn't have no bass player, no other keyboard players, no guitar player. So I was the only music that came from the band. So we had 6 people on the front line, a Congo player, drummer, a cowbell player, a sound man, but just one keyboard player. So I was on the Casio then. So eventually I learned how to play, how to split my board and learn how to use the keyboard technology to my advantage and just start splitting my board more and more. So by all that weight being put on me, it got me better as a keyboard player. Then I advanced to Reaction because they seen me playing one day and Cold Heart stopped playing. Then I advanced to Reaction, started playing Reaction. Then the advancement came, Reaction broke up a little bit. I went and started Dream Team band, Never Bounce Beat band, with Big Buddha. We got that off the ground. Then I got a call. From TCB, and they wanted me to come audition. Unfortunately, I never got to set up my keyboard, so I kept going to practice red shirt, never set up my keyboard, never even give a try. Then I got a call from Michelle Blackwell and said they was having auditions with What Band. And I went to the audition. Double A was there. He told me before we even started, hey, they're gonna make you play by yourself. Just let you know. I was like, damn, I'm glad I already prepared for that. Did the audition with flying colors. After the audition, Michelle Blackwell said, what you doing Wednesday night? I said, I ain't doing nothing. She said, well, we got a show Wednesday night. We want you to be there. Then I started playing with them. That was like 2012 once I left Reaction and was transitioning to TCB. But then I just jumped to What Band. What Band did their course. They turned into a Project 71, played with them. And then now I'm for hire. One call away, just call me. I'm there, marketing.
That's that crank life. That's that crank life right there. That's that crank life.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate that. Now we got to go to Team Familiar, Mike Arnold. Last but not least. What's up, boy?
What's good? What's good?
This my other sidekick right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I'm not gonna go from the beginning like Dave said. It was a lot of bands I played for. But right now I'm playing with Still Familiar, which was formerly Familiar Faces, Team Familiar, now Still Familiar. And that's it. We still playing.
Okay. So I'm gonna keep it moving, man. I'm gonna come back to KC, man. Hey, KC, and actually I'm gonna ask everybody. Everybody's gonna get a chance to answer this question, okay? This is a 2-part question. Your musical influences in go-go or general music, just jazz, no matter what genre. But who are your musical influences?
If we want to keep it on go-go first, honestly, I wouldn't be in go-go if it wasn't for my brother Dave. Being his little brother, and let's keeping it a buck. Being his little brother growing up, you always want to be like your older brother.
That's right.
And at that point, I had transit. I went to DeMatha High School playing football. My folks couldn't afford to send me there anymore, so I had to transfer to Largo. Football was my outlet. Went out for football at Largo. It wasn't the same. Like the team sucked, how they practice sucked, and I just couldn't do it. So I needed another outlet. Dave was playing music. He had a go-go band, and I like live music. So it got me into it. When we grew up, our father put us in piano lessons, but that didn't stick. We went for a couple of weeks, and that was it. So everything I learned music-wise, I taught myself trying to be like him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on the go-go side. As far as, you know, other genres of music, I mean, Corey Henry with Snarky Puppy, I love Robert Glasper. Musicians like that. That's what I'm listening to, man.
Okay. Go to Marcus Young next. Question.
Marcus.
Yo.
Marcus about to get a history lesson right here.
Me and me.
Nah, I'm chilling. I ain't making no noise.
So who was your man?
What's the question?
Your influences on the go-go side, and then who was your musical influences in music in general?
Right. So my influences on the go-go side, I would definitely have to say Cherie, just because we played with each other, you know what I mean, with Chuck when he was alive. So, you know what I mean? I never forget my first gig by myself when she wasn't there. You know, Ice was like, yo, play everything like Cherie. And I was like, all right. He was like, make him accidentally call you Cherie, like think she's there. And then once he get comfortable with you, then you can kind of spread out and do your own thing. So I gotta give big ups to Cherie. She was on the last episode.
Yeah.
And I mean, man, even outside of just doing the gig with her, like she got a lot of knowledge. You know, when keyboards were only monophonic, you know what I mean? She talked to me about a lot of good stuff, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm outside of that. I'm a Chick Corea fan, definitely. I love Chick Corea. And I like his band. I like Dave Weckl, you know, John Petitucci, all of that. So I like listening to Chick Corea. And Corey Henry's a beast. I got a chance to play with him to kind of sit down with him one time.
Whoa.
Yo, my man is killing. No, he's killing in real life. Like
I asked him why he's
an animal. He's an animal.
He's killing in real life. I'm like, yo, nah. It's not just no hype on that. No, he can play for real. For real. Nah, my man can play.
Sick.
I told you should have solo. You should have gave your little solo, bro. I told you jump in there.
Nah, I'm good.
So Dave, same question, Dave. Musical influences, go-go or any time?
All right, well, dog, from the start, I've always been a go-go, pretty much a street guy with the keyboard, man. I'm from the South Side, man, you know what I'm saying? And when I was young, I played classical music. My parents had me play classical music, just playing the snare drum in classical bands and big bands. And one day I walked down the street and I can tell you where I was on Galveston Street and First Street, Southwest. And I seen these guys over there beating on this bucket, the big trash can, man, and I was hooked. I was done. I seen that, and them cones sitting in the big carts and niggas out there beating on fake cowbells and back by the dumpster where it was smelling bad, and then man, after that it was just all go-go for me. All go-go, man. And a lot of my influences was the guys that got me in the game from at the young age of 11. And one of those guys was JT. JT was one of those guys. He played with a band called Austin Groove. Yeah. And Austin Groove was from the neighborhood. Austin Groove was from Wingate, and I lived on Galveston. So
Eagle.
I grew. Yeah. That's my hood right there. So I grew up around them. Carlos, You had Demi Doc, you had One Leg Mo, yeah, all them dudes, and these were my influences. When I got old, of course, it was EB and Mike, you know what I'm saying? And even after that, when I became an adult, man, it was still when I learned how to sell go-go music, it was y'all know Lil Marvin and Doc, light skinned Doc and Lil Marvin from TCB. Yep. I learned how to sell go-go music from them. They taught me how to actually sell the product. Like, you ain't gotta be all over the keyboard, you know what I'm saying? When you got a bunch of drunk kids in the club, all you gotta do is do, 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 do. And that's how I learned how to sell go-go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the dumb it, y'all know what I'm talking about, that dumb it down aspect.
Yeah.
You know, to make the
crank. You used to tell me that all the time, bro.
yeah, that you dumb it down, because them people don't understand that big, they drunk, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of them was my influence. Like I said, EB and Mike coming up through high school, learning how to play jazz chords and hits over organ, over jazz and all that type of stuff, man. And just listening to that. And when I got older, of course, it was Chris Wright and Mike Arnold. Mike Arnold and Chris Wright was the two that put me on that next level when Grown and Sexy was being created. Playing with Mike, y'all know Mike I played with Mike with 360. He didn't want to say, but I played with Mike for a long time. So watching him, you know what I'm saying? And then playing with Chris, simultaneous, I was with Chris, and then Chris left, and then Mike came. You know what I'm saying? So playing with them, it was like, hey, man, for me, faces, Grown and Sexy is out here, brother, and it's time for you to do better. You know what I'm saying? So those are my influence, man. I mean, outside of Corey Henry, Ramsey Lewis, and a lot of people that I seen growing up, but just I embrace go-go, man. Go-go is like my life, man, and I've had a great life. If I died today or tomorrow, fellas, I can say I had a great life, man, playing go-go bands and doing shows, and coming from the 80s into the now, like, that's something. Alvell, you remember when we didn't have no cell phones, brother? When we had to find a spot by listening for the music, like no cell phones, just beeping. You remember that shit, bro?
They spoiled, dog. They don't know.
You remember that shit, bro? Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like,
every practice, Mike used to come into practice, every practice, and hook his cell phone up to the motif. I'm like, he's spoiled, man.
Didn't
Wow. But that's pretty much what it was for me, y'all. That's pretty much what it was for me.
So Alvell, same question, man.
Influences. Oh my God! Like, where do I start, man?
Don't forget to say me. No, I was just joking.
Man, like, okay, so I gotta start with Godfather first.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And then BJ is a close second. Rest in peace, homeboy. That's my big brother. James Buchanan, JB. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then we got to come on down. And then, I mean, like, when we, like, how many of us can say that when we saw Go-Go Live, it was apparent to us what we wanted to do at that point. When I say Hot Dog and Ivan Goff, man, come on, man. Hot Dog, Ivan Goff. I can't forget about Jason and Baker. You know what I'm saying? Of course, my homies Mike and EB. I've been touched by a lot, man, because I've been around a lot. And then when I was coming up, my neighborhood band, y'all know Rolling to Play with All For You. My neighborhood band was plain and simple. Kevin and Rolling. Learned. I was like a sponge coming up, man. You know what I'm saying? And then who else? It's just as far as go-go, man, it just don't stop. I was just a sponge, man, for real. Yeah. Outside of go-go, oh my goodness, Ryan McKnight, Stevie Wonder,
legends,
right, man. We can't. George Duke, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I can't. Yeah, I'll be here for days, man. I gave y'all the core of it though.
Okay.
Then
appreciate that. Mike Pride, let's go. Mike Pride, same question.
And I gotta say, one of my biggest influence that should definitely you don't hear a lot of people mention it, but everything I play pretty much come from Boo.
Anybody here, Mike?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
hear
we
him.
can hear. Yeah, he clear.
I said Treetop Boo Williams. From Mental Attraction to Southside, Low Profile.
Raw Connection.
Yeah, anything good I played. Like, he first really got me from the corny jazz stuff to like cool stuff I was playing.
Okay.
And of course, man, Scooter and Cherie.
Mhm.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey, but low key, hey, Slim, man. Biggest inspiration right now is Chris Davis Sr.
I was waiting for him to go ahead and go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hey, Slim, behind the scenes, to watch Chris Davis with them arrangements, you be like, nigga, that's impossible. Hey, but yeah,
to watch it live.
Yeah, that's and
Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. I'm just a servant of the Lord, man. I'm trying to do what I can.
Let him use you, Chris.
Hey, it's just, you know what? It's just all that Redskin stuff. It's all that Redskin stuff. I don't fuck with all that Redskin stuff. You know what I'm saying? But outside of the Redskin stuff, he the shit.
Yo, G Magic. Same question, G Magic.
One of my big inspirations as far as go-go coming, learning go-go, transition from the drums to keyboard was like Dave said, Marvin TCB. Marvin TCB, he started with Raw Image, then he went to TCB, but he gave me my first shots. So you already know when somebody give you your first brass hits, it's like they give you the go.
That's the rite of passage, John. He
Yeah.
gave me the keys to
The first
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First shots, and I didn't even realize I was doing it backwards. He sampled shots. I put it on a CD, then put it in my board when I could just put it right in my board. So I was just so happy. For that. And then he showed me how to split my board where I could be playing with one finger and it sound like a whole chord. He really the person that showed me to use the keyboard technology to our advantage, because we the only computerized thing on that stage.
Yep.
So why play all of this when you pay thousands of dollars for a keyboard for you to manipulate it and play how you want to your comfortability? So I took that and ran all the way with it to this day, and it's been winning for me. And as far as other than go-go, currently, you know what I'm saying, it was Scott Storch and Zaytoven. I didn't learn how to play keyboard. Like, I didn't go to school. I didn't get to have my classes. All my schooling classes was percussion. So when I jumped in that lane, it was all YouTube from there. And I was looking at who was coming up as far as keyboard techs, and I was like, damn, Scott, this white boy cranking. This white boy don't look like this white boy ain't no real white boy. Then Zaytoven brung how you could bring that beauty to it, that color to it. Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, that's the win right there.
Mm-hmm.
You killing it, bro. You killing it, bro. You killing that whole style, bro. You killing it.
That's exactly what I'm mimicking. Trust me, no doubt about it. That's it. That's the formula for me.
So Dave and Mike, I don't know if y'all need to answer that question, because we kind
of answered that last week. I mean, I can give a we were on here last week, so you can pass us if you want.
Okay, so look, man, I want to ask Marcus Young, man. I got another question. I'm gonna ask you all the same question, but I want to start with Marcus Young because you're the only one here that has.
Hey.
You're
Oh
the only
yeah,
one, you're the only one that played with Chuck Brown on here, right?
yeah. Scooter not on here.
Scooter. Oh yeah.
Played a couple gigs with Chuck Brown.
Let me say Scooter could not make the show tonight. So Arvell, let's give a hand for Arvell for stepping in.
Hell nah, man.
There you go,
Yeah, step right in. There you go, brother.
I gotta write mine to log off this jump.
So, hey, Marcus, man, how was it? You know, and the question is going to be the relationship between the keyboard player and the lead talker. And I'm gonna go down the line with everybody as far as the plus and minuses. Like, you know, y'all can talk real. You know, I know everything ain't always great, but how was it playing for the Godfather, like the one who started all this, man?
It was great. It was great. Check this out. My very first show was I did show number 1, like right there at the Merriweather Post Pavilion for the Spirit Festival, and like it's jam packed out there. This my first show with Chuck. I played on. They didn't even have my keyboards on the rider yet. I played on Brian Mills' keyboards because he had keyboards set up too. So first show, we got all white on. I'm like, and Ice got me the gig. So you know what I mean. Rest in peace, Ice.
Rest in peace,
Ice.
Yeah. Ice got me the gig. You know what I mean. But it was just like to hear that sea of people yelling, "Wind me up, Chuck." And I'm like, hold on, I'm really on this stage. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. But I mean, man, Pops was so cool though. You know, he was down to earth. He talked to you. I mean, when I came to rehearsal, I don't even think we played one song that he plays. He's just like, I want to hear you play the blues. And it's like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay. All right. I thought we was going to play through some music. Man, if you can play the blues, he like, all right, that's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, wow, you're looking for that? So, I mean, it was a great experience. And one of the main things that I had to learn was get your dance moves together, because you got to know when not to play. And because his band is such a large band, you got full horn section, multiple people with microphones, you know, drummer, percussionist. I mean, it's a lot happening. So it doesn't get cluttered. Like, you got to know when not to play. So as a keyboard player, and I'm so used to doing gigs where if the song is happening, you got to play the song. You know what I mean? But nah, when I got to Chuck, it was like, hold up. The rest is more important. You got to know when not to play. Yeah. So, you know, learning that, I mean, and all of the other lessons that he had to give, man, it's an experience that I'll never forget. It was great.
I want to get this, because you forgot to ask Marcus the other question. But how old were you when you started playing with Chuck Brown?
How old was I? I don't know. I was in my 20s though.
You was in your 20s, right?
Yeah, I was in my 20s.
So the question that he had before that was, so what band did you necessarily start with? Everybody else answered what band you start with. And what band did you end up with then?
So it's funny, but I started playing with Chuck.
So yeah, that changes a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? You stop playing with Chuck Brown. That's a rough gig to have off the break, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was just doing like jazz and R&B stuff prior to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started playing with Chuck. You know, so it's.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so you know, my style of go-go keyboard playing was that. You know, until later on, and it's like, then I started playing with Mike Arnold, and it's like, oh, okay, like songs have turnarounds.
That's what Mike do.
I'm telling Chuck Brown doesn't have no shots, no 808s, no claps. This music doesn't even have turnarounds when the beat ride.
Yeah.
All he want to hear is a reset from the bass player. Boom. Like there's no turnaround.
Absolutely.
Just be quiet and let him talk. If you want to keep the gig. So like the whole idea of turnarounds and like shots and 808s and lead sounds, it's like, oh nah, That wasn't until I started doing the gig with Mike with Donnell Floyd.
Thank you, sir.
But Mike, he just said
Mike.
you were his influence, yeah. You were
Yeah,
Marcus's
for sure.
influence.
No, but
Donnell would have been getting organ and
Marcus was
piano.
my influence. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he taught me how to fatten up my chords and add the strings and just make it sound fuller. So that's where I got that from.
Check this
I
out,
just
man.
want you to know that.
Hey, Marcus,
Absolutely,
right
Marcus.
when y'all got started, Mike called me, was like, man, this nigga make me not even want to play the keyboard.
Absolutely. It was killing.
And when I heard him, I was like, oh, yeah, I see why, man. This nigga is nice, man.
Hey, I got a story about Mike, yeah. I got a story about Mike, yeah. And Mike, okay, I'm gonna tell a story, yeah. Okay.
Oh gosh. As long as it don't have nothing to do with girls.
Nah.
Okay.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, Slim.
That's funny.
Hey, Slim.
Where you at, Kiki?
Hey, Slim. Wow. Wow. Hey, look, when I first met Mike, right? The nigga was drunk, right? I don't know if you remember this, Mike. Right? Mike was sitting on the keyboard, right? You know how the keyboard players had a bag case on the keyboard. They just put the case up there and flip the bag over, and the bag be hanging down, and the keyboard be sitting up on the stand, right? Like that's Mike all day, right back then. Right? So I'm trying to learn. Mike plays way too advanced to try to learn off of. So I said I can't learn off of him because he's all over that fucking keyboard. I can't even keep up with what he was doing. So I said, what I'll do is I'll just try to add my own to what he's doing. I don't think Mike liked that shit because Mike kept looking at me and said, right? He kept looking at me, hitting that bid, right? But I was wondering, he was hitting that bid, like one of them tall bids, right? Man, right in the middle of practice, man, this nigga got up and walked the fuck out of practice, right? Right? So I'm just, what's going on? Right? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So DB looking at me like, let me go downstairs and talk to Mike. Let me run downstairs and holler at Mike, right?
Damn.
Mike came back upstairs, man, and him and DB was back and forth, man. Stop drinking that goddamn beer. Stop drinking that beer. Mike, stop drinking that beer. After that, I'm telling you, man, after that was like the first time I met him. And once I talked to Mike, had a conversation with him, and he told me some things I couldn't believe. You know what I'm saying? After that, it was just a learning process all the way through. I could never play as advanced as him. You know what I'm saying? Mike is awesome on that keyboard, man. Y'all know. But what I've learned to be between them two, you know how you learn how to, sometimes when you put yourself in a situation, in order for you to keep your job, you gotta be able to, you know what I'm saying, keep up. You know what I'm saying? Between the two of them, I learned how to keep up, man. And I noticed I started getting better. I noticed I started doing things that I didn't even know that I was doing. Hell, because I don't really know theory like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I would talk to them, they would be like, but nigga, you doing it. Like, this is called this. This is called that. Like, you playing it, you just don't know what you're playing. But for some reason, you doing it. And I'm telling you, man, like, that's where that shit came from. I had a lot of situations with a lot of keyboard players like that, but none like him or Chris. None like that. These two niggas here, boy. Man, Chris almost got killed together around Palmer Park. Man, like,
Hey,
niggas chasing us with a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you never told me about that.
Dog, man, Chris almost got killed. Remember when he had that X3?
Yeah.
You know how he lost it? Because they broke it up at the show.
Right. He told me. Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
We almost got killed, nigga. We was 2:00 in the morning running behind the shopping center trying to get to the police precinct.
Yep, he told me. Yep.
Yeah, like
How you get to this stage? They talking about almost killing people. We supposed to be talking about lead talkers, man.
This has turned into a tribute to Mike.
We supposed to be talking about lead talkers, yeah.
Nah, but what I said was I had a story about Mike. Outside of that, I had a little story about Mike, and it just led to, you know what I'm saying, to that. So I'm saying. So now, what was y'all saying about what he say, lead talkers or something?
We supposed to be talking about the relationship between the keyboard players and the lead talker.
Well, I had a rebuttal outside of that. You know what I'm
saying? So since we're here, Dave, what is the relationship with some of the lead talkers you've had, like the good, the bad, the ugly? And
it's always been bad for me, brother.
Okay.
It's never been. It's always been in the. No, I was with Six. I was with Big Six. I was with RB. I was with Rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And if any of y'all know to play in those camps, you gotta have tough skin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about playing with the easy going. I've been behind Bugs where I watched him hit niggas. You make a mistake, and it's not a game. Ain't no laughing and smiling. You made a mistake. Nah, nigga ready to fight you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. And these are the camps that I came up in. Like you had to be ready to square off on these niggas because they take go-go that personal.
Mm-hmm.
They take go-go way too personal, man. And it's just, you know, you on stage with another band, here come your lead talker, fuck you doing, Slim? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nigga paying me $200. Fuck you talking about? You think I'm gonna turn $200 down for $60? Nigga, you out your fucking mind. But I might have to fight over that.
Mm-hmm.
These niggas has been assholes to me. I think, you know what? Out of all of them, I think RB has been the coolest. He's the craziest, but I think he's been the coolest.
Okay.
But between Six and with Rapper, and I learned a lot from Rapper. Rapper taught me how to, I'm gonna teach you how to win, nigga. Play that motherfucker 808. Nigga made me play the 808 all night long until I learned how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. That's not it. Change. That's not it. I learned that from Rapper. Rapper did that for me. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, as far as business and all that other shit, nah, man. I'd rather be with the new dude coming up, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd rather play for the B bands, nigga, than to go through what I had to go through playing for the A-level crank bands. Not the most sexy, the crank bands. Lord,
so I'm gonna keep it moving. KC, how do you feel about the relationship between the keyboard player and the lead talker, the good, the bad, the ugly? What did you think?
I mean, I've really been in the industry. I really haven't had no issues. I've learned a lot from some of the lead talkers I've been with. I was on the gospel go-go scene for a minute with Submission Bank. I would say Demont, his style is more like Rapper. You never know what he's calling out of the hat, so you gotta be ready at a drop of a dime. Sometimes it might be a cadence that he says that is going to the next groove. It might be a signal. You have to know. So that has pushed me to be on top of my stuff. Some others I've been in the band with Shi Ali. That was pretty cool. I learned a lot from him. Business side of go-go and, you know, musical wise, because he is into the music. I really haven't had a bad experience as far as a lead talker. I've had bad experiences with lead talkers that have been managers of bands. I will say that their focus hasn't been on the actual business of the band or even perfecting their craft at some points. They don't know how to split the two. So that has been my bad experiences with lead talkers and in the go-go game. But other than that, as far as doing shows and gigs, nah, no issue.
Okay. So Arvel, the legendary Arvel, what you got to say about that?
Relationship between the keyboard player and lead talkers.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I've been blessed to really only have been in two bands where the lead talkers were my brothers. I was never a part of any hired musician type of situation. Both situations I was in, we were family anyway. So I had a relationship with both of them outside the band. Like, you know, we really know each other. And that's E and Scooby. So with E, I mean, like I said, we knew each other so well, man, that it was kind of like we already knew what he was going to do. Like his body language, you know, it was on that level with Optimistic. Like, you know, and then once we got inside the groove, like the way he talked, he takes you through the whole song, right before the beat turn around. He's telling you what to do. So, I mean, it was just, we knew each other. And then Scooby, I mean, have y'all ever met somebody like that? Scooby, what we gonna play? I don't know. I don't think he know what we gonna play until he actually get in front of the mic.
He absolutely don't.
He has no idea what we gonna do. Like, you know, what we about to play. I don't know. And step off. Like, dog, that doesn't help me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but another one, like we know each other. Like, we spent so much time around each other. Like, I can look at him and tell, you know, once we get the plan, I can look at him and tell what's getting ready to happen. So the relationship is important to answer your question, because our job, like, we got to keep switching sounds and, like, you know what I mean, depending on what's going on, you got to, you know what I mean? So their relationship is important. And I've been blessed to have two of my brothers as the lead talkers of the situation I was in. So that kind of made it easy on me. If that, you know, I hope that kind of answers it.
Yeah.
I will say this about what Arvell said about E. That is true. And I think it was the year was 2000. I did a feature with OP Tribe down Magic Q. So I had to go to their practice and learn their stuff. And he basically walked me through everything, turn around to how things were going to go. So he does look out like that.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say that's different from any of the lead talkers. Like, every single lead talker that I've ever played with, if I sat there and paid enough attention to him, he's going to tell you his story. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, they all have these tendencies, no different than like you out there playing poker and you're looking for a Bama's tail sign or something like that. All these guys have these little things that they get used to that they don't really even know that they do, and that leads you into whatever they're going to go with. Like, it gets very predictable at times. Like, I've been the situation, especially with Rapper and playing with E and playing with Chi Ali. I play with all of them, and I pay attention to small signals and wait for them to repeat it. And when I see it, I know what they looking for after that. So they don't have to ask for me again. Like, Rapper and I have gotten into arguments because I've jumped to a song before he knew he was going to jump to it, and he felt he wanted to give me direction. You know what I'm saying? And tell us, let's go. I was already there, and so he was upset because he felt I wasn't paying attention. But I was already there before he was, and I got to that song well before he did. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on, like I say, how you look at the band. Sometimes we come into the party and we looking for them, but like, you can tell their mood that day, stuff like that. Everything plays a part, and you can read somebody as like if you know what signs to look for.
So Mike Pride, what is it like with a lead talker like Derek Holmes? Like, can you break that down? Like,
hey, the thing about Derek Holmes, Derek leads. He like a mute. Derek calls the songs fast, but he give you enough. He give you full, like he give you the turnaround. I mean, you know, time enough before the turnaround to give you just enough switch. But it just so happens that you already really good at this. But when I be by myself, sometimes I be like, huh? Huh? Oh, okay. But then shit, we in it. But you know, the thing about it too is, I think Derek know his music so well that even if he give it to you and then it's turbulence and the switch up, he gonna have a bad time with the crowd, you know, to compensate for you know, whatever you didn't do. I'm gonna keep it a buck, and I'll be making a ton of mistakes, man. Like Slim, I'm not fast at all when it comes to them cues or nothing. Man. You going to probably say me, because you know, it's a lot going on, and what it is with me, I probably am listening more than I'm paying attention to any, and that's my flaw. I probably had this problem with every lead talker, you know, especially like So I'm listening to the music, and then I'll be like, okay, then I'm corresponding with the verbal stuff. And I'm just grateful that everybody's have had that patience.
Yeah, you kind of hit on something, and that was one of the questions that somebody from Facebook asked Arturo Jefferson. He asked, he was like, do you all feel that, and this is for all you all, you can ask independently, do you all feel that the leaders of the band should have some type of musicality or skill set in order to lead the band?
Well, hold up. I'm gonna go to G Magic, then we're gonna go right back to that. Go back to that. I want G Magic to talk about, you know, the relationship and lead talking. I mean, what is it like?
Yeah, for me personally, every band out there, I only had a couple bands where the roles were split, but most of 90% of the time it was on. What happens is,
Hold up.
Example,
I got it. It was Mike. It's Mike again.
like for example, Rick Reaction, he was very bad with signal calling. As far as songs, he was very bad to the point where you had to. We even tried to show him to not even try to tell us how the song went, just not try to tell him a sign, just call a song out and let us come in with it, because he was so bad with it to the point where he stopped. If you ever pay attention to Reaction, he stopped coming in the back. He started setting up by us or standing by us so he could hurry up, tell us something, tell the keyboard section something, because he didn't really remember the sign or didn't know the sign. But nobody care if the lead mic don't say the sign on time or call the sign on time. All they care about is when the one hit is the keyboard player is gonna come in on time.
Okay.
So I had to learn that with him, because you know when stuff mess up, the first people they look at is us. So by me through time realizing that, I said, okay, I got a trick for him. I'ma stare him in his eyes and follow his movements to learn the way he's going. And once I learned that with Rick, it was easier coming into a rapper situation, because only thing he was is he was a person that did exactly I tried to teach Rick to do. So, and rapper is very hard to deal with. It's very hard to deal with, because you don't know where you want to go, but if he know he's not gonna go there, like Dave was saying. So you gotta anticipate it, but you just gotta
act like you don't know that he's going there.
Yeah.
Tell him, G-Man, you gotta act like you don't know, but you know where he's going. You just act like you ain't there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
So it's like friendly competition. It's hard to explain how you on the court with one of your teammates, but y'all competing, but y'all on the same team, but y'all ain't competing as far as trying to be better than each other. Y'all competing to say, all right, let me make sure you get there. Let me make sure you get to, I'm gonna throw the ball there. I know you're not there yet, but I know that's where you're supposed to be. So I'm gonna throw the ball in there anyway, and you better be there to catch the ball.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
G-Magic is the person that I can talk to the most, because I can tell. I've told many people this whole situation with rapper, and no one ever believes me until you get somebody like him on the line. Hey, he's been out there in the cold by himself on stage with him.
Yeah.
Like you'll see. Like the moment you go ahead.
What it basically is rapper give you two opportunities. He give you an opportunity to showcase your talent, or you get an opportunity to look bad.
To look foolish.
It's up to you.
Oh my God.
It's up to you to take that opportunity and say, all right, I'm gonna take this clutch shot. Every time you give me the ball, I'm gonna shoot it and try to hit all net. If you play 2K, I'm gonna try a green bean every shot. Because if you miss, you're gonna miss big. But if you make it, you're gonna make it big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As far as that. So it's a gift and a curse with that.
So Dave Cleve, what was that question you had online?
So the question was, it was like, do you all feel that the leaders of the band should have some musicality or skill in order to lead the band? And what happens when they don't?
I think so.
Yeah. Is it like, has it been like that in all you all's bands?
No.
What was the question?
No.
Not really. But
Hey, Dave, can I
Something
give you an
like that in all
example, Dave?
mine.
Can I give you an example, Dave?
Absolutely.
Okay, so remember when G Max was talking about transitions? Like a lot of times with those lead talkers, when it was time to make the transition, I would just get a point. Okay, go. But all of the band members didn't catch that. So when I got with RB, what he would do is he would give you the signal to go into the groove. He would say, "Y'all ready? Y'all ready?" But the thing is, when it came down to that last four, he would always do this. So every time he want to switch, he would say, "Y'all ready?" He would give us the signal, and then when it came down to that last, he would, and everybody would switch.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only lead talk I ever had that could actually do that, which means he had to know timing, right? To be able to do that, he had to know timing. Like the other guys, no offense to nobody, they didn't have the timing. They just left it up to everybody to consort. They would just say, okay, all right, go. And I had to look at Wes, or I had to look at Bump, or I had to look at, okay, now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but so
so
Dave, you saying that, but like Chris and Marcus, they MD at their churches and things like that. Is it important for the singer or for the lead talker to know that? If you know they want to go to a particular song, like as you as MDs, do you feel that it's their responsibility to coordinate with everybody else to be able to get into a song like that?
Can I say that? Can I say something about that?
Go ahead.
So I think this from personal experience, this is what I think it is. So as long as the lead talker, as long as somebody can interpret what they mean, and that person, everyone else listen to, I'm gonna say for real, yeah. Now Derek knows music very well, but for the most part, I think we pretty much receive a lot of musical instruction from Chris, because even in between what's going on, Chris might be like, go to this, or go to this, or go to this, like spontaneously arranging the jump. So we pretty much keep our eyes on him as the point man, and then for the most part, like we also keep our eye on the lead talker. But I've been in bands where the lead talker may not know nothing about music, and then somebody got to interpret. Oh, okay, he mean go to this, or he mean go to that. So it's just you listen to whoever.
Hey, Mike, let me just say this. I got to say this while we all talking about that, because playing with Vibe, it's been a few times where I've been embarrassed. Derek could call a song, I might play in the wrong key. Y'all know Derek knows like 200 songs, like bridges, intro, like music, you know what I'm saying? And I'd be in the wrong key, and y'all follow me. We all fumble together, but we always know how to revamp, you know what I'm saying?
Always, yeah.
Yeah, I can't it's different from going like from Rapper and then Michelle. Rapper and Michelle have two different ways of how they direct the band. You know what I'm saying? So if Michelle wants everybody to be on point before she moves, or she's not going to move too. Rapper's just going to go and hope you follow him. Like y'all better be behind me is how he looking at it. You know what I'm saying? But like it's really all about the band for me communicating amongst themselves. Like Mike said, if at the end of the day, if one person understands, everybody in the band should just take part in making sure that everybody else got that message. You know what I'm saying? And then it moves all on one accord.
Hey, I got a crazy question that I didn't ask on the last Zoom. I'm going for blood today. I don't even care.
Lord, here he go.
Hey, keyboard players, how much you think you should get a gig? I don't know who gonna answer.
Hey,
Chris, you need to answer. What are you talking about?
Hey, I think we should. I think the going price should be anywhere between $200 and $250.
I think that if you did the percentage rate on priority, I think after the lead vocal, I think the lead mic, it should be automatically the keyboard tech. In my opinion,
I don't disagree with that, as well as with the drummer. It depends on.
I mean, yeah, definitely the heartbeat. Well, I guess the heartbeat and the keyboard tech should be automatically on the same level. Then not saying nobody, let me say this, nobody is less important, but just speaking on this, the question that's at hand, it should be, in my opinion, lead talker, drummer, and keyboard tech. In my opinion, with everything.
Yeah, Chris, I can't give you a number on that because, like I said, it depends on how many people you got in your band. Like if you want to see, Dave threw out that 250, but if your band is only pulling in, you got 15 people in your band and you only getting $1,000. That 250 is a big chunk, brother.
Well, I wasn't going by that. I was going by, talking to some people, you know what I'm saying? Talking to some big people in the game. And talking to those big people, when big people say when you do what you do for your band, what it takes for you to come out, what it takes as far as what you got to do to get there, what you got to do to be there. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be getting no less than $200 a show, man.
But that also depends on this too. I don't disagree with you, but it also depends on this. If you're a high musician, and you say you want your rate to be 250, I feel you. But if you, and I do have a conflict with this, and I mean, everybody might not agree with me, but a band is a group of people who come together for one goal, and everybody trying to make music together. If you're a band and not a hired musician, you can't come out here and say, hey, this is what my number is. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you guys are supposed to determine what the number is in my opinion, for the entire group, and we negotiate that off the rip.
At one time, Dave, at one time in life, it was.
But everybody's a hired musician now, right?
When I was young and I was running the streets, and you know what I'm saying? When we were all together, as a band, it hadn't been like that in a long time. I haven't played for a band that had that. I think Raw Image was the last band because Raw Image didn't care about the money. When we were, nobody never said anything about money. When that man called us and said, show, we was there. Everybody, show, we was there. And next thing you know, somebody hands me a check. Now, when in those days, nowadays, half your band play with every other band in the city.
So that's where the problem lies.
That's where the problem lies. So since
here goes Marcus. Look, Marcus ready to chime in now.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Marcus. What you got to say here?
So the original question was, how much should the keyboard player get paid?
Yes.
Yeah.
They should get paid what they asking for.
Okay. That's fair.
Wow. I need to get 6 bit. Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if they can't get what they want, then they shouldn't be there.
And hey, Dave, believe it or not, dog, and I'm not trying to put nobody down, but dog, a band that you wouldn't even believe paid me the most money. You know what I'm saying? Like a band that nobody even knows.
Oh, I can agree with that. I've been offered ridiculous amounts of money to play with bands who don't have that bread.
Like we used to play.
The first question they ask you is, can you play how much? What's your number?
Yeah.
Then these dudes used to pay me buku money just to play for the floor, but nobody in the club, bro.
I've told bands that like that I wouldn't even charge them that much. Like I knew they wanted to pay it, and I was like, Sam, I wouldn't even take that from you because I felt bad for the rest of your band. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy.
Oh my God, man. I did. It was the start of COVID and things were shutting down, and nigga was like, hey man, I throw you a ball 50, nigga. Like every time you step out your house, I'm like, a ball 50. I'm looking at the other guys like, look here, fellas, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it was true. God stood up to his word, man. God stood up to his word, Dave. You hear me? I couldn't say nothing. What could I say, bro?
So let me ask, y'all know I like to ask controversial questions.
Jesus Christ, come on.
So as keyboard players, my fellow colleagues, what is like the most aggravating thing, if it's the sound man or a bass player that can't play, what is the most aggravating thing that you go through on a gig? Like what blows you, dog?
You compressing my boards.
2 things.
They are.
Being able to hear, that's 1.
Absolutely.
And 2, when the daggone monitor sound like some Radio Shack speaker when the 808 don't sound good. That's it. If I can hear and it's a bottom in it, I'm good.
No bass player. No bass player at all.
Oh hell yeah, that too.
What about a bad bass player?
Hey Dave, some bass players you can teach, right?
Hey, no, you can't.
Some bass players you can teach, right, Dave?
Hey, come on, man.
How about when you tell the monitor man to turn you up, he just looking retarded, like he don't know what you talk about.
Hey, Slim, you walk out the stage and you do it yourself.
Hey, yo, the bad sound,
I
man.
know Dave know
Like,
what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna
Hey,
say
Dave, don't you do it. Don't you do it.
yo,
I'm
bad
good,
sound,
man.
Oh man, I can't do it.
G Magic, what's the worst thing? What blows you on stage, yeah?
What blows me on stage is when you collab and somebody from the back line do the monitors before the sound man get there, then they get there and turn you all the way down, and then you look at each other like, dang, he just fucked up my sound.
What? He's already doing the monitors for the back line, yeah.
Yeah, you already. I always try to sneak hurry up, do my monitor, tell the sound man, I'm good, I'm already done. And I see him go ahead and turn that game down. I said, oh man. That's why I always learn the sound check on EP now.
Mike Pryor, what you got?
To be honest, what blows me the most is if you already running late and the barman at the door want to check your keyboard back.
Oh wow!
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah. You're like, come on, yeah, I could have just made it, yeah. I could have just made it, man.
Hey, what blows me is when you try to order food before the break, and then on break, I'll be like, "Where my food?" They be like, "Oh man, I'll give it to you." Then I'll be like, "Young."
Hey, what blows me is having one monitor for 2 keyboards and it's on the floor. And I hate that. I hate that, along with what y'all said. But one monitor, 2 keyboards, and it's on the floor. I hate that. And I'm tall. All the sound is going underneath my keyboard. I can't hear nothing. I hate that.
Marcus, what you got?
Let's see. Probably a monitor that doesn't have a working tweeter.
I forgot.
Yeah. I gotta have a working.
I forgot. Marcus spoke for weeks about Society Lounge. He couldn't get over that.
Oh
no, I will take the front line monitor away and put mine there, and put theirs with the working tweeter on mine. Like, no, man, I'm not about to play without a working tweeter.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Society had them little small. My man Benny, he bring them little small, little speaker monitors. Hey,
I get on Benny.
Wow.
That was Benny. That was at the hangars, right? That was Benny's system, right?
I never played at the hangars.
Nah. Who I see Magic, was that Benny's system at the hangars?
That was Benny's system at the hangars. Yeah.
That's Benny's system.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Scooby's on here. He chimed in. Scooby got a question. He said, "Do y'all practice a shed at all during the? Have y'all practiced in shed at all before and during the pandemic?"
Well,
I ain't gonna lie. I haven't touched my keyboard since I've been home.
Casey keeps faking on me. Casey keeps saying he's coming over,
man.
but Casey never comes over.
I always go back, bro. That Glen Burnie drive is a mother.
Huh?
That Glen Burnie drive is a mother.
Hey, Mike, don't even be mad at that. He ain't even made it over here yet. You know what I'm saying? He ain't made it over here. Look, Chris and Mike Pride was over here before COVID. You know what I'm saying? G Magic been over here. He ain't even made it through this joint yet. I'm like, oh, okay. He came over here.
Hey, I live in World 2.
Hey, Dave, and you don't live too far from me, and you haven't been over here yet.
Hey, brother, we ain't had a conversation to make it happen. That's all it is a conversation.
Okay.
That's all it is a conversation.
Marcus come over here all the time. But Marcus come over here all the time, but he hurts my feelings every time he comes.
Both of y'all can come to Glen Burnie.
Dave. Hey, Dave.
Hey,
Don't
Both of
listen to
y'all can
that.
come down to Glen
Y'all
Burnie.
all are welcome to come to my house. I live in Wakefield. Y'all welcome to come out here.
where? I don't even know where that is.
That's in
Wakefield?
Wardall.
Oh, water.
Oh, shit.
I'm around the corner.
That's
Yeah,
a good
you
idea, though, man.
hook up with Chrissy Davis. Yeah.
That's a good
I live
idea.
in Wakefield. You're all welcome. You're all welcome to come
Tell
to Wakefield.
tell
Get some
Scooby I've been practicing.
Tell Scooby you practicing? I'll let him know.
I tell him I pride myself on being the one band member who actually remembers all the songs, man. See what he say.
Hey, and that you might be, yeah.
Because
I
he not gonna remember.
know.
He not gonna
No,
remember.
Oh.
He ain't gonna remember nothing. So
Hey,
I
let's
got
talk
him.
about the times. Hey, Marcus, let's talk about the times when nobody in the band knows the music or can't remember the music, but I always got the blame for not remembering the music. The bass player don't know it. Marcus, you don't know it. Geeson or Nate don't know it. But who Darnell looked at?
You.
That's because you've been playing with him the longest.
Yeah,
That's
he's
why.
supposed to know it. He's supposed to know it all.
You've
Yeah,
been
he's
with him
supposed
the
to know it all.
longest.
Nah, you know why, Mike? You know why, Mike? Because everybody's going to piggyback. Because everybody can piggyback off of you.
No, I was
If
piggybacking
everybody can
off of Marcus.
piggyback off of you, then it works, right?
I
Hey,
was
Marcus,
new. I was
if
new.
everybody can piggyback off of him and get it done, it works, right? But if it doesn't work the other way around, then there's a problem, right?
Hey,
I'm asking.
Man, listen.
no,
Mike.
man, it was all new songs, new songs, new songs.
That's because he
if I
saw
played
so
bass,
much
that's what I would
potential
do.
in you, Mike.
Huh?
That's because he saw so much potential in you, Mike.
I got a question.
Hey,
That's the truth, though.
go
That's
ahead.
the truth,
I
though.
got a question, Dave.
Arvell got a question. What's up?
The keyboard player that you enjoy tandem with, playing with the most, like and
Good question.
all right, so my son want to say what's up. Say hi to everybody.
What's good, homie?
Buddy.
So of course,
Oh, man.
I enjoy jamming with my brothers OP and my man Mo from Listen, but I had the most fun playing with Mike. Me and Mike used to be jamming, like just going. I had the most fun playing with Mike, but the most irritating is playing with Marcus. Let me tell you why though. Because I just know it's coming. He gonna play a chord that I don't know what the hell it is.
Hey, Slim. He
Look,
do it all the time.
right. It'd be irritating because I be wanting to stop. Be like, yo, what the hell was that? Well, we can't stop. And then by the end of the show, I don't even know what the hell we was playing.
Yeah.
But I enjoy playing with Marcus and Mike, man. Mike fun. Marcus is irritating.
I'm not gonna lie. I have the most fun playing with Marcus right now, mainly because I'm learning a whole lot more than I ever have, and with anybody I've ever played with. Like I said, Marcus hands down can do it, and so I'm sitting over here like I'm listening and I'm peeking at the same time, like trying to figure out what is this? You know what I mean? Looking over his shoulders, man.
He's gonna play a chord, and you're not gonna know what the hell it is.
Yeah, but I also, even when I played with the What Band first, I think the most creative I've ever been freely on stage was when we had the first What Band when I was playing with Vincent Watkins.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying before he left. Vince is pretty good and could create on the fly, and like he and I just both had like this energy, like we would just bounce things off each other real easy and real quick on the stage. So a lot of the stuff that it came from when we were playing with What Band, we recreate like old Northeast Groover songs or old What Band songs, and we do all that stuff on the fly on stage without the bass player.
In a different key.
I love the event. Didn't he used to play with YBI back in the day, right?
Vince played with YBI, yeah.
That's where I met him at. That's
Yeah.
where I love listening to him play, man. I did, man. I really did, man.
Hey, Dave, more questions online?
Yeah, we got a couple. I got another one. Oh, this guy. Malachi Johns wants to know, why does it need to be 3 keyboards on the stage?
Oh my gosh.
And I think that's
I
think that comes from Dave. You know what I think that comes from? Because at one time when I played with Raw Image, we was actually taught not to be too broad with playing. They actually told us everybody had to do something small but something different at one time, and it had to be 3 different people.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
No, but it was the style, and then evidently it was successful. Because when
Yeah,
I came,
you're
in
right.
when I came in there trying to play my style, I was actually told, "Look, all that shit, what you doing, bruh, bring that shit down, man. Because the type of we got kids coming to see us, so you need to bring." I would play. It would be a one hand thing. You could put your other hand behind your back,
Look,
and you could actually do this, and the other keyboard player will be doing this, and the other keyboard player will be doing this. And then you had a bass player, a bunch of twiddles and diddles to make up a groove. And evidently it worked, bro.
hey, G Magic, let's tell them we ain't need all that. One man band, and we learn how to split these boards. Put everything you need on anything. He got the pads, everything. Everything is right there.
One thing.
Well, that's the way. Well, from what I was told, that was the way that it was supposed to be. Everybody was supposed to do something different. Like you don't need 3 keyboard players, but if you had 3 keyboard players, everybody was supposed to do something different. So that's what I
think the keyboard, the extra keyboard players didn't come from people not knowing, having stuff to play. I think it was more so because keyboard players, we wasn't sure that we was going to be in that band, so they always had 3 just in case one don't be there. That was some real stuff. It was always, we knew we had 3, 4 reaction at one time.
So somebody was on the sideline.
I've never played in a band with 3 keyboard players because I'm always there.
We was not well.
I had to.
Nowadays we did. Me, you, and Tony.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Me, you, and Tony.
You're absolutely. I completely forgot about that.
It's always one that always there but not there. So,
but then you're right but that was when that's what he's exactly what G Magic said though. Because remember, I think but it was just me and you at first. Then I went off to college. I came back, and then Tony was there.
Yeah, and then I went off to college and came back. So.
That's the reason for 3 keyboard players. That's the only reason. Or one of the keyboard players arrived.
OP Tribe always had 3 keyboard players because we came along during the time when bass players wasn't around a dime a dozen.
Yeah, so, that too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and we needed somebody to play the bass line. And then after we got a consistent bass player, like our grooves was already structured. So it was get rid of a keyboard player, it just didn't make sense.
So Malachi John's FU. That's why we need 3 keyboard players.
Ooh. Oh.
Hey, look, he got another question. He says, does Mike Arnold like playing better with Chris or Fathead Mark?
Chris.
Oh, damn. That's a hard one. Chris, really? Mark, he was a creator. He was a beast. He was beast too. But Chris, yeah, absolutely Chris.
All right, Chris.
Same for me, Chris.
Yeah. Daniel Bennett asks, what keyboard would you recommend for a new go-go keyboard player?
Montage.
Depends on what lane he in.
Oh, and look, thank you, Arvell, because I swore you was going to say a Triton or a Korg something, yeah. And I was going to. Hey, yeah, go get out of here, yeah. If it ain't that montage, it ain't nothing.
I don't care what y'all say. The Triton,
Modi X, keep it light.
The Triton may not sound as good as like the Chronos or the Motif, but it's fast. You can get your sounds real quick, fast. It's fast, man.
Not faster than that montage. It ain't faster than that montage. I can promise you that.
Really?
Let's see. We got another question. In your opinions, do y'all think that bands are creative today? Samuel Cappies.
Today?
Sam, what up, homie?
It's at least 10 bands in this chat right here, and we don't have 10 albums worth of music out. Can't be that creative.
So what's going on with y'all? Why y'all not producing music?
I don't think so, Dave.
Hey,
you said 10 albums?
You didn't hear my question.
Yeah, you say why y'all not producing music. Actually, we are producing music.
Well, so why your bands ain't got no music?
It don't count.
Well, we don't play with no bands. Well, I don't play with no band, but I have been into 2 or 3 different studio sessions to create the music. But I don't think bands are creative like the way it used to. I think the 60 kind of just took over that. You know what I mean?
I will say for Vibe, we definitely are starting this whole pandemic, man. We've been working on some stuff.
Hey, Vibe is like 40 years old, young. Why they just now starting working on music?
Hey, Derek did that a hobby, man. So it's like, it was always just fun for him. But now, he got some, no offense to the old Vibe band, but he got some real players in the band. So
Jock ain't no real player?
Jock is a real player.
Oh man, we got Jock. We have Jock on What Band CD. That's that What Band CD. Jock is on there, so I know he gets it in.
Yo, Jock the man, yo.
But Vibe don't practice, so it's like
that's the problem right there. They ain't got no time to come up with nothing. They don't never practice.
But we good. We on to something now, man.
Y'all gonna come with an album and not even know how to play
it. You crazy?
Damn.
No, I said mature. We got 2 singles we working on right now, so that's
okay,
coming out shortly.
Okay.
Still Familiar got an album coming out, Mike?
Man, he's been working on originals for a year now. He posts them all the time.
Yeah, you ain't seen Marcus' face when I asked that question, right?
No, I haven't. I didn't. But no bullshit. You gotta go to Jeff's page. He got originals.
Are they Jeff's originals or Still Familiar originals?
It's if it's his originals, it's our originals. So I'm just saying, everything he's making up right now he's bringing it to us. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yes, we do have originals. We do.
Mike, you gonna give us some echo in? Don't give us an echo in.
Oh, you hear echo?
No, I'm talking about Mike Pryor. He want to join from his phone instead.
Yeah, Mike Pryor, he gone.
He right there.
He right there. He wanted. I don't know. He trying to learn. He trying to learn himself something. He want to be on 2 different signals.
Nah. I had my battery died.
You can disconnect the other one. It's still there. It's still on.
Uh-oh.
Any more questions?
I've been working on new music with different groups that I'm with. So
we can be looking forward to Marcus Young and family and friends.
I've been working on new music with Serious Company, with the Jogo Project, with the Chuck Brown Band. So it's some new music coming out for sure.
Got you.
Ain't y'all glad we got more mediums other than just the radio stations now?
Absolutely. Yeah, it allows you to get that stuff out there. Malachi got another question. He says, what's the next plateau or goal for each one of your projects? So for everybody who's working on projects, Malachi always wanted somebody to think. I done had something to drink.
I can't say was just as a hire me. I can't say.
So Dave, you're just official. You're just a hired musician. You just come in and do gig work.
Yeah. That's what was offered. I'll just do it. Because right now I can't. I got a problem. I can't be out of the world right now.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Then I got a black woman in here in my ear every day about it. So if I could, I would. If I could right now, I'm trying to get with my AC over there. That's what I'd be trying. If I could, I'd be trying to get with mature clientele. I would. That would be my goal. That would be my goal. Just listening to them. Lord, good Lord. Good Lord.
Appreciate you, brother.
Oh my gosh, now.
Hey, you know what? That brought me to my next question. Is there a band you all want to play for or sit in with tonight? Is there any band?
Broke up, Chris.
I said, is there a particular band that you want to play for or sit in one night just to, playing for a certain band? Is there any band?
Yeah, me. Junkyard. I would love to sit in with Junkyard.
Wow.
Project 71.
I would.
I would love to sit in with Project 71.
You play with Project 71.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. He played with.
It's the reason why I would want to sit in with him, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had to say Junkyard. Junkyard, just growing up, Junkyard fan. So
I think I played with everybody. Northeast, Rare Essence. So Junkyard. Oh, Backyard. Yeah, I was there to play with them too.
Arvell?
That's hard, man. That's hard. Like the only band that I really sat in with, I sat in with Sugar Bear before. I sat in with Backyard a bunch of times. Oh, that's hard, man. Anybody, everybody. I'm a fan of the music. So, you know what I'm saying? I hear, it's like, for me, it's like if I hear a song, a band playing I like, and I would feel like, oh, shit, if I was playing, I would, you know what I mean? It's like that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, vibes make me feel that way a lot, man. They vibe be jamming, man. I caught vibe at the Babylon back, was a few months ago. Yeah, man, it doesn't matter. It depends on who on stage and what song they playing to determine how I feel, man. Everybody, for real.
Anybody else?
Come say hi.
I think I would love to sit in with TCP. That's I came up on Bounce Beat Kings, and I feel like if I was to go over there, I could probably I would only want to fill in with somebody I feel like I could help. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I would bring a big sound to TCP and help them get on that love.
I forgot one. New Impression. I would love to sit in with New Impression.
Yeah, I like them, Mike. I like them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcus?
There's no band I really want to sit in with outside of Vibe right now, but I would like to have a show where we play and Familiar play together.
We did. We already played.
Oh yeah, at that church.
At the church.
I don't think I was there.
You was there?
You were there.
Hey, don't mind Mike. He drinking smoke. He drinking smoke too much.
The church in Clinton. Remember, it was like 1,000 people in that mall.
Yeah, that
the Catholic jump.
Nah, there ain't no Catholic church.
Go ahead, Marcus.
I was gonna say it's not a particular band. I don't have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't play for all these
Marcus, you know what I'm saying? He's
nah.
Anybody who called him, he ready.
Anybody else?
For myself, I mean, I've had my experience, and I won't go into detail what happened in that practice and what turned me off. But I've had my experience with Junkyard during that practice. So right now, if I would sit in with anyone, if I could, it would be New Impressions or Still Familiar to play with Mike. Pause.
Oh man, come on, y'all.
You don't know how these people out here take that. I have to make sure I put that in.
Oh, you gonna let them catch you with that one, KC?
Hey.
Yeah. So we got one quick question, and this might be an in-depth question. I'm not sure. Daryl Brooks is on. He said, do any of you guys think that musicianship like Ramsey Lewis or Jimmy Smith kind of music composition would be warranted or could be appreciated in today's go-go market or today's market?
I think so. In the grown and sexy lane. It would be awesome. I think if you could make that work.
I absolutely think so too. Honestly, I think it just needs to be attempted. You know what I'm saying? Like we try to dumb things down, but I do think we need to stop being a little more musically expressive.
Yeah. Especially playing with Ant. I'm playing with Ant, and you know he got top 5. I was wondering about putting his style of the way that he put into top 5 into playing go-go. I think his arrangements.
They did that. When they had Love on Congos.
Who? With who?
With Ant.
What band?
It was with what did he have? Didn't Love play a couple shows with top 5?
Yeah, it was top 5.
It was top 5.
Oh yeah,
BJ might have played with them too.
Who?
BJ.
They don't have like a. It's not a real go-go sound. Like they don't have a go-go drummer. I got
my man Steve.
But no.
But I think it could work. I definitely think it could work.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, Chuck Brown was playing standards like in the pocket. I definitely think it could work.
Mhm. Well, all right,
Hey,
you got any
Chris,
more
ain't you
questions,
supposed to
Chris?
be coming out with giant steps in the pocket?
Talking about, yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Hey man, hey listen, man. I just want 8 bars. Just give me 8 bars, man.
Hey,
Hey,
bye.
hey, yo. So if they had to do, I know this is gonna be a crazy question. If they had to do a best keyboard section of 2019, I can't say 2020. If you had to pick a best keyboard section of 2019, what band would you pick? And you could pick your own band. It don't matter.
Let It Flow.
2019. Let It Flow.
I would say Let It
2019.
Who was that? Chris and Julian?
I'm gonna say Dave Cleveland Marcus.
Don't. Why would you say that, Chris?
Yeah, y'all was cranking that society.
That was 2019. Yeah. Oh, that time is flying, y'all. Damn.
We can't really say 2020 because it's like we wasn't really getting like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
2019, yeah. I would say Let It Flow. I like the way they play their songs. I like the way they play their songs. You know what I'm saying? Like they play their songs. They don't really improvise the chords as much. You know how most of y'all keyboard players, y'all kind of make it your own. They don't. They play it exactly like the song. Like, play the little string part here, they play each and every little part exactly like the song. And it just, to me, it's just good listening to me when you're playing covers. You know what I'm saying?
I think the keyboard section that play well, like Backyard, I think they kind of execute, like everybody kind of has their own lane as far as all three of them. And White Boy, you know what I'm saying? Of course, Vibe, I think we might be the only keyboard section that be.
See how that joint froze up on him right there?
All night.
See how that joint froze up on him right there?
It froze up, Chris. Say what you said again.
Hey, we already know what Chris about to say though. Bob is the best keyboard section in go-go today. We already know what you about to say, bro.
I mean, we play a lot of, I mean, it's a lot of music. Like Getting in Vibe, I was like, yo, it's a ton. We can't do one all night with them. Like, there's a ton of music.
Oh, Chris, your brother got a question. He says, how difficult is it to water down songs in go-go when you're used to playing full chords?
Oh, wow.
I think that's easy, ain't it?
It depends on the song, really.
Depends on the song. I'll say, it's crazy, man. We had to do a show with Funk one time, right? And Funk came into a practice. Like I said, Vibe don't practice, but working with Funk, it was interesting because he know what he want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And he looked at me in school to like, one of y'all gotta lay the carpet and the other gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, I mean, it depends on who we playing for. Sometimes you gotta modify, if I gotta do a 3-finger chord to make it, what's the word I'm looking for, Marcus Young?
Dumbing it down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got asked to do that a lot in my career. I don't know about anybody else.
Well,
I only play 3-finger chords.
Mike, you know.
Yeah, right.
Are we still on that first question? The best keyboard section of 19?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't really hear everybody enough to be able to determine. I mean, I know, I always enjoy hearing Serious Company. I always enjoy hearing Vibe. I always enjoy hearing Familiar. You know what I mean? Like, and then Backyard, who's on a whole different circuit, always, I mean, it's kind of hard to say because I wasn't really hearing everybody often to be able to determine who, you know what I mean? And then the best is always subjective anyway. You know what I mean? Everybody be cranking, man, for real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'll say this: familiar faces. When BJ, it was with Mike.
I ain't gonna lie. Familiar
BJ,
faces.
Mike, and
That was all.
Marcus. Hold up, was it BJ, Mike, and Marcus?
No, it was just me and BJ. BJ came after Marcus.
BJ, man, rest in peace, BJ, man.
Absolutely.
Most talented, man. God, dog.
Dog, man. BJ was a dog, man.
It was a beast.
Now soloing, when Scooter would play a solo, and then look at me like, you could go. I'd be like, nah, I'm not playing after
Hey,
Scooter.
Chris, Scooby set me up one night down Tacoma Station. This had to be like back in like 02. So I didn't know who Scooter was. And we was hitting Can't Get Over You, right? So Scooby was like, hey, man, let him solo. Let him, So I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. I ain't, He got up there, man. After he finished, I ain't even want to play keyboard no more. For the rest of the I was like, man, he is sick, man.
That's the same with Rodney Kelly. Man, if y'all know Rodney Kelly, bruh, soloing with that guy right there, oh my gosh. And I'm not, man, listen, Slim is a beast.
Ain't he from Baltimore?
And he from Baltimore. And he just sit back and he'll let you play. He'll just be like, okay, you want to solo. If you slumming that night, he gonna slum that night. But if you come up and you like, okay, I feel like soloing tonight, he gonna kill you no matter what. Hey, Marcus, tell him about Rocky.
Oh, nah, trust me. Right. Dude, I'm so glad no videos ever got out of me and Rodney sharing together. My man can solo like it's no tomorrow.
He's the only guy, and me and Marcus talk about it. He's the only guy that we can think of right now that can hang with Corey Henry.
Really?
He's a problem.
He is a problem.
The one that played with Familiar with you?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
hey, Dave,
there's a such thing as let me leave that alone.
Do your thing, Marcus.
I know what you were saying, but now we're gonna leave it
alone. You know what I'm gonna say, Mike.
I already know.
Yeah, Marcus, I don't know what you're gonna say, Marcus.
Well, let me say it like this. There's
he was bored.
As a one-trick pony, too. So soloing is cool, but you got to be able to do more than that.
Right. And Corden, Brandon Jacob, if y'all ever heard of Brandon Jacob, he'll be.
Hey, who is the white boy that Corey Henry be playing with sometime?
Oh, Nick.
Yeah. Hey, white boy is funky, man. I was watching it was this video on YouTube and it was at the Nord convention. And
I saw that. Yeah,
the white boy stopped. The white boy, he shocked me. He stopped playing I Don't Feel No Waste Time, right? And at first Corey didn't know what it was. And then he looked at him like, how the hell you playing this? And got with him. Oh, that white boy is nice, man. He's not. He got
Go to his YouTube page. Go to his YouTube page.
I think I seen it.
2 or 3 times. Yeah.
Hey, Dave, we got any more questions, Dave?
Nah, we all tapped out, brother.
All right, look, man. It's crazy because we always go like 8:30 to 10.
Yeah.
And I like I said, man, we could go on and on, man. But if anybody have any last words or anything they want to say, man, and this has been great, man, to talk to you all, man. Like I said, I feel like I'm the youngest out of all of y'all as far as go-go experience, So I always grew up loving go-go, but y'all been in the game longer than me, man. But, if there's anything y'all want to say, any last words, you know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and say it. In case you're still there.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out, man. All y'all fellas, man, y'all stay safe. Everybody stay safe, man. Well, do whatever you can to do to stay safe, man, and keep your family safe, man, because the world has changed on us, man. The world has really, really changed on us, man. And I pray that you all stay safe, man. All right?
All right. Yes, sir.
Y'all hear me? Stay safe.
Absolutely.
Oh, hold on. Somebody say I skipped their question. Corey, I don't know what your question was. Corey Montgomery said, "Where's his question?"
Next month, we're gonna definitely have Corey. Can we get Gino on here next month? And
Corey, we didn't
Yeah,
skip
where you
that.
at,
Oh man,
Gino? Where you at,
Corey.
Corey?
Corey tripping. He said we skipped his question. Corey, we answered your question at the beginning of the show. You must have been late, brother. Every keyboard player say who they started playing who was their first band or who they started playing with.
Corey and I played together in Vibe.
Oh, I think he said he played together in Vibe before Chris got there.
Yeah, that was before Chris.
Way before me.
What Corey was let it flow, Corey?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Corey, that's my man, Corey.
Hey, Corey go way
Him
back.
and Julian together was Amber.
Corey
I had
go
to
way
follow
back.
Corey blueprint.
Hold on, Corey that played with Listen?
Yeah, well, he
Let
played
It
with
Flow.
Let It Flow.
He played with Listen first, though, right? With Arville.
No,
I thought he played
with
Publicity.
With the group. Okay.
Hey Mike, I don't know what's going on between you and Malachi, but he's throwing jabs and say he needs to smell your breath. I don't know what this is about.
No, Corey's like tonight. I'm not gonna call him tonight. Or he don't tell him don't call me after this is over.
Hey,
and I won't call him.
Mike.
Hey, man. Hey, me and Marcus got on a three-way with him after our last live. It went way left, but
I'm sure.
That's my man. That's my brother, matter of fact.
You're not asking about ball players under 25. Nobody here is under 25.
No. Mm-mm.
Go Fish.
Hey, look, man.
I know I ain't the oldest in here now. I know.
Oh yeah, you might be, brother.
Hey, hold on.
My man Arvell said he started at 85 there. Come on now.
That don't mean I'm old though. I just started young.
How old are you, Dave?
I'm 43.
43. Okay.
Arvell older than you.
Arvell is older than you.
I'm 44.
Okay.
Dave Clee,
No.
45.
No, brother,
Mike is
I'm
the oldest one on
42.
here.
I'm 42.
I'm the youngest cat on here.
Who the youngest on
Mike
here?
is the oldest.
KC. Mike is the oldest.
I'm the youngest,
Don't let
nigga. I'm
Mike fool you.
24.
He looked the
No,
youngest.
no. Mike is a baby face Mike, man. Mike is the oldest on this joint.
Mike's the oldest on here. Don't let him fool you.
Arvell is older than me.
Hey man, Mike had cornrows before Snoop Dogg.
Mike, you older than
Hey, ask Arvell why he got his cornrows.
What happened?
Why did you get your cornrows? You grew your cornrows because of mine.
Yeah.
Exactly. That means you older, brother. That means you were setting an example.
Man, we used to go down the highway and take occupation lunch, man. Every time. Hey, Mike, them were some fun shows, though, man. We used to love coming down there, man.
Hey, I forgot to ask everybody before I go their favorite board, man. If they had to pick, I'm gonna start with G Magic. What is your favorite board, man?
I already know G Magics.
Me
I
too.
can answer that.
I can tell you what it is.
I can answer that.
Rolling Phantom G6.
Right. With the broken keys on the joint.
Yeah, that joint will have only had three white teeth and two black teeth, and he'll still play on that joint. I swear to you, yeah.
Make sure I got my keypads. Those I got my keypads.
Hey,
Those I got the
that joint.
Oh my God.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mike Pride, what's your favorite board?
Man, I still think it's the Motif XF.
No.
You don't got no memory.
Man, I love that Motif XF, man.
the original.
Hey, Marcus Young.
The Nord is my favorite.
Okay. Yeah.
The
That's
Nord
what I'm
Electro
saying, man.
for go-go?
Nah,
Dude.
that ain't for go-go.
To play in general, not for go-go. For go-go, I'm going with my Mo because it's light. I can do everything I needed to do.
See?
Facts.
What
But I love the Nord though.
KC.
Dave gonna hate this, Mike gonna love it. The first motif.
Yes,
That joint some
absolutely.
trash.
Absolutely.
That joint was trash.
This is great.
It set a standard, but it for the Yamaha, but it was trash. As a board, that joint was it was trash.
Dave Grant.
Absolutely not.
The
Dave
original,
Grant, favorite board.
the original Motif 6, bro. Original
Yeah.
Motif
Here he go. Y'all crazy.
So hold up. If the motif was
Original
trash
6,
when that
bro.
drink came out, what was seeing it?
Huh?
Hey, I was the second nigga in Go-Go to have it.
I'm saying if the motif was trash when it came out, what was seeing it?
Wasn't nothing
Nothing.
seeing. Triton wasn't
Nothing.
seeing it.
Yeah.
Right. No,
Y'all-
listen.
Remember
Hey, that motif, man, that joint, you don't have to tweak no sounds. You ain't got to do much. It already got the power to it.
Yeah, but you had to press like 40 buttons to get from one section to the other.
No, you need to know how to use it. No, you don't really. You don't. You
Yeah,
can set
that's
all
right.
this, man. You know,
Yeah,
come on, yo.
got them 16
Yeah, you couldn't be on stage. You couldn't be on stage with rapper with that boy. I can promise you that.
When I had that motif, David was playing on that Alesis.
Exactly. I play on Elise's Quadracent.
Yeah,
It refused to touch that motif.
Him and Marvin. Marvin got it. Y'all remember Mars Music when Mars Music was open?
Yeah.
We bought first came out when nobody really knew about it. We went down there and they had it sitting on the stand. Everybody was around the Triton. Nobody was fucking with that Yamaha. So at Raw Image, we bought 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? After that, like y'all should have got an endorsement off that damn keyboard. But I love that keyboard, man. Because I was a chord man. I didn't really do too much, Dave. All I did was play chords most of the night. So it was perfect for that. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else did a lot of the leads and hits and stuff. All I had to do was rock that piano, that Rose, brother. You know what I'm saying?
You had a supporting cast. If you had to be on stage by yourself, go ahead, Marvin.
I never had, that's the lucky thing. I never had to.
Kane, stop. Kane, no.
You right. If I
another question. Nobody going to ask what was your first board, outside of the PSR.
Oh, hold on. Let Marcus say what he was about to say first before we shift the question.
Oh no, I was gonna ask Mike. I think Keyboard Chris did play with rapper with a classic motif.
That's all he had.
He did. No, Chris. No, wait. I'm gonna tell you this. No, you're absolutely right. He did. He did.
You can't say you can't play.
No. You're absolutely right. Keyboard Chris did. He had to use that little pattern mode, and he figured it out. But it took him. Man, that thing was crazy. He did do it though. He did do it. No, I agree with you. He did do it.
I like the first mode. It's not my favorite, but I do like the first mode.
No, listen. I'm gonna tell you this. I used to play on that board just one keyboard, and people, even in big bands, when I were in little bands, people used to come and ask me, "Young, how did you do that? Like you got that one keyboard sounding like a whole you got 5 keyboards up that joint. Like no bullshit." Like all the time, I used to get that from people. I just knew how to use it, I guess.
I couldn't use it. I refused. I bought every Triton they had before I decided to use the next motif. Hey, KC would tell you. I like that motif came out. I bought every single Triton that came in line before using that, and then I went to Roland and started using the Phantoms before I converted over to motif because of the motif 1.
I'm never converting to Yamaha.
That was great.
Oh,
y'all Yamaha dudes are hot, for real.
Hey.
No, let me tell you what happened to me. So when we first started our band, like I Can Father always had to hook up for us to play on the Marvin Gaye Day Festival and all that. So EU came back in town. They was on tour with the Butt and all that. They came back in town, and Ivan the Hot Dog had Korg M1s. So I was like, you know what? I'm getting one of them joints. And that was the best decision. That was the best decision I made in my life, because when I got that M1, the M1 was so easy to go in the parameters and adjust stuff where I ain't really used no factory sounds in the M1. I always made my own joints.
Your own stuff, yeah.
The whole time. Optimistic, a lot of them sounds I was using, I played my own joints. And then I went to the Triton like late in the late 90s, and then the Chronos changed my life.
Yeah, I about to say I started because I was on that. I was on the M1 and the X3 when I was in high school.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Korg X3.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the T1,
Mm-hmm.
01W.
01W. Yeah.
Mhm.
I never got the 01W. I was in love with that M1, man. But only thing, like after a while, the buttons started getting.
Yeah, that thing would stick. That them little red buttons on that thing, it act funny.
Hey, the original motif do that too. You hit the buttons, that joint stop. They stop working.
Yeah,
I
man.
hate that.
Ain't nobody fuck with the MP364.
I never did. No.
That's in the X3, right? That is
Yeah, I
in the
don't know.
right, I'm asking.
Michael, so what was you about to ask prior?
Oh no, I was saying what was everybody's first keyboard they got? Like real keyboard.
M1 was for me.
Yeah.
PSR. PSR was mine. I can't remember the number, but it was a PSR.
Still got my M1 too.
DX7.
PSR.
7.
But
Yeah,
after the PSR, I had the
DX7.
Yamaha.
That's the
F3
first one I played on because
and
this one was a DX7.
Roland
XL.
XP30.
I still got it. And the ASI. I still got some my storage room.
Hey Dave, how many keyboards you got, young? Because every time I see you,
Hey, go ahead, Arvell. Don't do that, yeah.
every time he play, he got a different keyboard.
He said every time you see me play, I got a different board, yeah.
Every time, dog, it's a different keyboard.
Arvell, you know what I think? You know what I think for real? And he could prove me wrong. I think he owns every keyboard that came out.
No, I have. I ain't gonna lie. I have at some point owned every keyboard that has been out.
Every time I see him,
except for the original motif. I've owned every single keyboard except for the original motif. All right, G Roger gotta get to the studio, yeah. We gotta let him go.
All right, man.
Yeah.
What was you had at Tacoma Station when I sat in with y'all a couple of years ago? What was that? Small joint.
Dang, I don't even. I think that was I think I had the Mo XL. I think that was my white one, the white one.
So many keyboards, he don't even know which ones he got no more.
No, I think that was the white Mo XL I had when you were there.
Hey, man, we gonna close out, man. It's real.
Who's that cranking?
That was G Magic in the studio, yeah.
G Magic cranking over there.
Thank y'all for the night, man. I appreciate all y'all brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? This was good. We're going to do a reunion, Dave, in the future. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get key players together, man. So I appreciate everything, man. Thanks for the info. Thanks for y'all insight, man.
Right.
All right, people. Y'all take care.
All right, fellas. Love y'all, man. We out.
All right, man. Get with y'all.
All right, man.
All right, peace.
And how you turn this thing off? How you turn this thing off?